there. Your Americano and soy latte are ready.
I'll take it over to them. Don't you worry. It's table number 5, right?
Honestly, there's no need for you to do that. You've just come straight from work and you must be tired. And besides, we don't even do table service here. The customers are supposed to come to the counter and pick up their drinks themselves.
But even so, I think that the customers will appreciate the extra effort if we do bring their drinks directly to them. It will surely give your business some brownie points as well. And if you're doing well, then I'm doing well too.
Honestly, it really is fine though. Okay, fine. Go ahead and take the coffees to them then.
Yes, ma'am. Here's your Americano and here's your soy latte. I hope you enjoy.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much for bringing them directly to the table for us.
Oh, it's fine. If you ever see me around here, I'll always be happy to bring your drinks to the table for you. You see, this is my girlfriend's, or should I say, my fiancé's cafe. We just got engaged. I proposed to her not too long ago, you see.
Wow. You really are quite the romantic, huh? I'm so jealous. Congratulations on your engagement.
Thank you so much.
What were you talking to the customers about just now? All you need to do is take the coffee over to them and leave it on their table. There's no need to strike up conversation with them as well.
Why? Are you jealous? I was just bragging to them about how you and I are going to get married. I told them that this is my fiancé's cafe, and that because we're engaged now, they'll be seeing me around a lot more. I'm just trying to make a good impression on them so that they become regular customers. Oh, give that to me. I'll wash the dishes for you.
Oh? It's really fine, though. All right, go on then, if you insist. Thank you so much for your help. Thanks to you, things aren't too stressful here. I was a little worried because Haley called in sick at the last minute this morning and we weren't able to find someone to cover her shift. But you've really helped us get through the day. Since the cafe is in the middle of the business district, the lunchtime rush is crazy. Thanks for coming and using your lunch break to help us out.
There's no need to thank me. You know that I would do anything if I could be of some help to you. If you're ever short-staffed or anything again, just let me know, okay? Helping you out is the least I can do.
Thank you so much. It really does mean a lot to me, you know. Oh, hi there. What would you like to order?
Can I get a caramel macchiato to go, please?
Thanks again for your help today. We wouldn't have gotten through the day if it wasn't for you. We had an abnormally large number of customers today for some reason. I guess the coffee from their office machines is just not cutting it, huh?
Yeah, I suppose so. But is there really nobody else you can call if one of the workers calls in sick? At this rate, you're going to end up collapsing from exhaustion. Didn't you say that your mom is a full-time housewife? Why can't you ask her to help you out every now and again?
Oh, well, the thing is that it's quite physically difficult for my mom to work. Look, honey, I know that we're officially engaged now and everything, but before we start properly planning the wedding, there's someone I would like for you to meet.
Huh? Who are you talking about? Oh, wait, I'm stupid. Of course you're talking about your parents. Well, yeah, of course we should introduce our parents to each other before we get married.
Actually, I'd like you to meet my mom before you meet my dad, if that's okay with you. The truth is that my mom is quite physically unwell.
Oh, I see. To what extent are we talking about?
Her legs just don't really work properly. Ever since I was little, my parents always said that they would like whoever I wanted to marry to spend a day with my mom before finalizing the engagement.
Ah, is it kind of like a test to see what kind of person the guy is? Well, I guess if that's the case, I'll have to go and show her how great I am. When would you like for me to meet her? Should I make a dinner reservation for us?
Yes, please. That would be wonderful. I'll let you know as soon as I know when my mom will be available. By the way, just out of curiosity, do you ever talk about me at work?
Yeah, I guess I have mentioned you to my coworkers a few times. Everyone knows that I'm engaged, and I have mentioned that you're the girl who runs the cafe across the street before as well. Why are you asking?
Oh, it's nothing. I guess I just started worrying about all kinds of silly things ever since we made the big decision to get engaged.
You're not getting cold feet or anything, are you? I heard that does happen to women quite a lot during their engagement.
Also, I wanted to ask what made you come into the cafe and ask for my number that day. Did you really like me that much without really getting to know me?
I just thought you had that special something and I wanted to get to know you better. That's all. And of course, you're drop-dead gorgeous. I've never met a girl as kind and beautiful as you, so I knew that if I missed my chance to shoot my shot with you, I would probably regret it forever. Why are you asking about that all of a sudden?
Well, it's just that the company you work for is pretty famous in your field, and your salary is pretty high. So I figured that you would have lots of chances to meet eligible ladies. I just wondered why, when you probably move in the same circles as high flyers, you would be more interested in me, who you knew nothing about. It just made me think that maybe you were a bit silly to go for me instead of one of them.
Well, I happen to think that running your own cafe is a pretty impressive feat. Obviously, I knew that you had to have skills to get where you are.
Ah, really? But what if I said to you one day that you needed to take responsibility for my family? Then what would you do?
Why are you asking me so many serious questions today? Well, I guess because you're an only child. I figured that if we got married, there would be a chance of us having to take care of your parents eventually. Don't you worry about that, okay? I'm not the kind of selfish guy that would say no to his wife wanting to look after her own parents.
Right? So I'm guessing he must have been mistaken about that.
What are you talking about?
Oh, nothing. I'm just muttering away to myself over here. Anyway, tell me more about your family. Because my mom isn't well and my dad's always busy and your parents live outside the city, we really don't know too much about each other's families, do we? But now that we've actually decided to get married, we need to realize that this involves our families as well as us. I think it would be best for us to talk more about them so that we know what to expect when we finally meet them.
Ah, well, my family are nothing special. They're not particularly rich, but you can't say that they're poor either. You could say that they're comfortably middle class. I think upper middle class would be going too far. I think these days that term is being used more and more to describe people who were born with a silver spoon in their mouths.
Yeah, I guess you're right there. We're nothing special either. We're just average, and we haven't got crazy amounts of income since my dad is the only earner. We also have to spend a lot of money on my mom's hospital bills because she needs regular treatment.
Ah, I see. I completely understand. Is this some kind of test as well? You're acting a little strange today, you know. Did you go and look up how to identify if your fiancé is secretly a bad person on the internet or something? You're just asking me a lot of things I didn't expect you to ask me today.
I don't think they're strange things to ask. I just think that these are realistic and practical questions to ask the person that you're planning on marrying. Marriage is a really big deal, and it's a huge change from just being in a relationship. We both decided that we wouldn't live together until we got married, so there's still a lot that we need to find out about each other. Family is a big part of both of our lives, and they could also be potential problem causers in the future. Your parents could decide to object to the marriage, for example.
What are you even talking about? There's no way that's going to happen.
But you never know for sure, do you? And to be honest, I actually don't think I've ever really spoken to you about my parents until today.
I mean, you said that your dad is an office worker and that your mom is a housewife, and that's about it. Oh, and you also said that your dad helped you with setting up the cafe. If he was able to give you the money to help with that, then that obviously means that your family aren't doing too badly for themselves. Oh, and
what?
Ah, it's nothing. Well, anyway, the most important thing is that I love you. As long as we love each other, then that makes up for anything else, right?
Really? Do you really believe that love alone is enough to make up for anything?
Yes, of course I do. Now, let's eat our dinner before it gets cold. Honestly, why do you have to go and overcomplicate things in your head, huh? This is really tasty. Here, babe, you should try some. Let me feed you. Open up and say, ah.
here! Over here!
Oh, hello there. You must be Grace's mother.
Yes, that's right. I'm Vera, Grace's mom. It's so nice to meet you in the flesh, Jeremy. The thing is, I actually can walk if I use crutches, but I'm so incredibly slow that I thought it would be better to come in a wheelchair today.
Ah, I see. Grace, you said that you were going to reserve somewhere nice for lunch. So, why are we here?
I chose this place because it's very accessible for wheelchair users. I figured this would be the best place to bring my mom. The restaurant is also still pretty decent. Anyway, I made a reservation and we're already late. Let's head on in.
Sure. Okay. Also, it seems like your mom is a very frugal person. Her clothes are very, plain and simple.
Oh, really? You think so? But I made sure to pick out my best outfit for today. The thing is, I don't really have many fancy clothes because I just sit around at home all day long. Do you think that I didn't make enough effort today?
Oh, no, that's not it at all. After all, it's difficult for you to even move around, so it would have been a lot to expect you to come dressed up to the nines. Where is the restaurant, by the way?
Oh, we need to go up to the second floor.
Wait a second, Grace. Can you come here for a minute?
What's wrong? Sorry, Mom, just a second. Jeremy and I are going to talk about something over here. Okay, don't worry. Take your time, sweetheart. What's gotten into you? What is it that you want to talk to me about that you had to drag me to the side and whisper? Don't you realize it's rude to leave my mom over there on her own like that while we talk like this? It's going to look like we're talking about her.
I mean, we could have just met inside the restaurant. Why did we have to meet here and go up together? It's the weekend and there are lots of people around, so a wheelchair is just going to get in their way.
Well, you said that you wanted to meet here. This is where we always meet, and you said let's meet at the usual place, didn't you?
But if this was the situation, you should have told me in advance. I had no idea that your mom's condition was this serious.
My mom is able to walk. Ever since she had the surgery on her legs after her accident, things have improved in leaps and bounds. However, she does still need to use crutches in order to get around by herself. And when we're somewhere like this with a lot of people, she gets a lot of stairs and it's difficult not to get in people's way. So she uses a wheelchair when we come to busy places. Just look around. There are more people in wheelchairs than you think. There are as many people in wheelchairs using the elevator as there are pushing babies in strollers. This is definitely the most convenient option. So I really don't get what the problem is.
Well, it's just that we're going to have to repeatedly ask people to get out of the way, and that's really awkward.
Okay, fine. If it bothers you that much, you can go ahead and grab us the table and I can bring my mom up by myself. The reservation is in my name, remember?
Ugh, whatever. Fine. Well, I'll be heading up first, so I'll see you there in a few minutes. Make sure to explain to your mom in a way that doesn't make me look bad, okay? It's not like I'm even overreacting or anything. It's just that this is my first time coming across a situation like this, and I'm a little flustered. You do know that, right? Surely you have to understand how I'm feeling.
Yeah, sure. Now go ahead if you're going to go. What are you even waiting for?
Okay, I'm going. Oh, this is giving me such a headache.
Thanks for waiting. Here's your cafe mocha. Sorry, would you be able to give me a little more whipped cream? Just a teeny tiny bit more. Sure, just a second. Oh. Hey, sorry, would you be able to give the customer a little more whipped cream on their mocha? I just need to step outside for a second. Yes, of course I can. Don't worry. I wonder what she's heading out in a rush for. Did she see someone she knows or something? Sorry for your wait. Here's your extra whipped cream. Jeremy? Wait a second. Can you just tell me why you haven't been answering my messages over the past few days?
Oh, hi, Grace. When did you get here? I'm sorry, but I'm in a little bit of a rush right now, and I don't really have time to talk. We can talk later, okay?
It's just a little weird. The same guy who used to come and help me out every day on his lunch break and after work has now completely disappeared on me and is giving me radio silence. The only thing you've said to me since we had lunch with my mom is, "We'll talk later." How come the only way I can get you to talk to me is to literally chase you down and stop you in the street? What's wrong? Has something happened?
Oh, no, nothing's happened. It's just that I'm a little busy these days, that's all.
Are you really that busy at work? I'm sure there has to be something more to this. Before, whenever you were busy at work, you would still be able to find the time to message me every now and again. If you ever couldn't come to the cafe or you didn't have any time to go on dates, you would always tell me in advance. You do realize that you've done a complete 180 on me ever since meeting my mom last weekend, right?
Well, it's just I really am that busy. I have a lot of work these days, and there are also some things I need to think about.
What could you possibly have to think about? I think I do have an idea, but I want to hear it from you straight. What is it? I really hate ambiguous situations dragging on without knowing how things stand, so I would rather just know straight away. I do think that the person who proposed to me not that long ago owes me an explanation as to why they've completely changed their behavior. Don't you?
Please, can you just stop pushing me? This is such a headache and I'm so tired. And shouldn't you realize that it's only right to give me some time to think?
Time to think? What do you mean, time to think?
I mean, because of your mom. I was already a little taken aback by the fact that you demanded me to meet her straight away. And then seeing that she basically couldn't move properly was a pretty big shock for me, you know? Surely you can see how it might have been difficult for me to accept.
Well, if it was too difficult for you to accept, then why didn't you just tell me that was the case? I understand that it may be a lot to marry someone who has a disabled parent who needs a lot of care. If you had just asked me to give you time to think, then I would have respected that. But you didn't do that, did you? Instead, you decided to be weird and start completely ignoring me.
Well, I guess if we're going to have this discussion right now, there's something else I want you to be honest to me about.
What are you talking about?
Your cafe and your nice car. You got out loans to get them, didn't you? It's not true that your dad paid for them for you, is it?
What exactly is it that you're trying to say here? You want to know exactly how rich my family is? Isn't that right? That's why you're asking a question like that, huh?
Well, the thing that made me start worrying about that was seeing your mom at the weekend. It's not really that she finds it difficult to walk. She basically can't walk at all, right? I didn't see her walk in front of me once. And you said that she was in an accident, right?
Yes, she was. What does that have to do with anything, though? There are a lot of people who get permanently disabled because they were in accidents, you know.
Well, yeah, I'm sure there are. And I'm not saying that I don't believe you. But if that is the case, then surely she's going to basically need to keep getting surgeries and having treatment for the rest of her life, right? Does your family even have the money to cover the costs of all those medical bills?
Well, yes, she does need to have regular treatment. She also had a lot of side effects after her surgery, which have caused her pain in other parts of her body. But why are you so preoccupied with that? You do realize that everything you've touched on just now is all related to money, right?
Well, at the end of the day, money does matter a lot, doesn't it? You have your own cafe and drive a nice car, so I thought you came from a pretty good background and it felt like your family were supporting you a lot as well. And it's not like you dress from head to toe in designer clothes, but the clothes that you do wear are not cheap either.
So what are you trying to say? That you were only ever interested in me in the first place because you thought my family had money? And now you've met my mom, you realize that we're not what you expected and you've lost interest in me. Is that it?
Well, that's not exactly what I said. But if I'm being 100% honest, then that's kind of true. I would be lying if I said that the reason I approached you and asked you out in the first place and proposed to you after we'd been together for a while was completely based on feelings alone. People need to make calculations in order to decide what's the most advantageous path for them to take. And I thought that as long as I was with you, I would be able to live a pretty comfortable life.
So after realizing my mom's situation, you changed your mind entirely?
Yes, basically. And after seeing how well dressed you are, I expected your mom to have a similar appearance, but she looked very shabby when I saw her. I thought that you had received everything on a silver platter from your parents and were living a comfy life. But it's clear to me now that you actually don't have any money and it all goes on paying for your mom's treatment instead. I know how much medical bills are in this country these days, and there's no way that they're not crippling, considering how much treatment your mom must need. Were you really expecting me to take on the responsibility of helping you pay those bills after we got married? Is that not just a huge disadvantage for me, no matter how you think about it?
Nobody ever said that they expected that of you, did they? I can't believe I'm hearing all of these things from you. You wanted to be with me because you thought that I looked fancy and could rely on my parents for money? And how dare you assume things about my cafe? My parents did actually set it up for me. Who do you think you are, thinking you have the right to talk to me like this?
If you're poor, you shouldn't go around making it seem like you're rich by dressing nicely and driving a nice car. You're bound to cause misunderstandings along the way. The only reason I've been busting a gut going out of my way to look good in front of you is because I thought you were pretty well off.
I guess everything about our relationship really was a lie, huh? I really thought that what I heard couldn't be true, but I guess that it was.
What are you talking about? When did I ever lie to you?
Everything you ever did for me. All the time that you gave up your time to help me out when we were struggling in the cafe was all because you thought I was from a well-off family and you wanted a piece of that for yourself. Isn't that right?
Well, I guess I can't really say that there wasn't a certain degree of calculation behind my actions. But then you also hid some important truths from me. I think that you should at least acknowledge the fact that you acted like you were richer than you were in front of me, which misled me a lot. I should have been more suspicious about the fact that you never really talked to me about your family as well. And also, the fact that I still haven't seen your house the whole time we've been dating is also a little weird. It's because you were embarrassed to show it to me. Isn't that right?
That's not it at all. It's just that I promised my parents that I wouldn't bring a guy I was dating over to the house until I was sure that he was the one I was going to marry. I told you how I had an ex who had been to my house, and after we broke up, he started stalking me and showing up at my house regularly, and I eventually had to file a restraining order.
Well, how am I supposed to know whether it really was because of that, or whether it was because you wanted to hide your family situation from me? How do I know that you're not just a pretty face who dresses up to the nines to seduce men in order to live the easy life?
What did you just say? Are you quite finished? Are you trying to insinuate that I might be a gold digger right now? You're the one who needs to stop sizing up a person based on how much money you think they have and sucking up to them to get an advantage in life. You can't hide intentions like that forever. It will all come out eventually.
Marriage is a huge deal. And I'm sure even you should know that. It's not like you're some sheltered princess raised in a greenhouse, unaware of how the world works, is it? You can't really say that you didn't consider me as a marriage partner because of my good job either, can you?
Actually, I can. I didn't have any conditions going into this relationship. I just liked you for who you were. I never asked you any questions about your family situation now, did I?
That's not true. You did ask me. You asked me back when you first brought up me meeting your mom.
Fine, yes. I'm just the same as you. What's even the point in us continuing to talk like this anymore? Let's just break up already.
That sounds great. I wanted to say that to you anyway. And you should learn how to read the situation a little more as well. If I hadn't contacted you for days on end, you should have been able to recognize that I didn't want to talk to you. Are you happy now that you know the truth about what a terrible person I am?
Well, you should have just told me straight if you had wanted to end the relationship instead of being a coward and prolonging things for no reason whatsoever. Do you realize how pathetic it was of you to run away from this instead of facing it head on?
That's right. I'm pathetic and cowardly. Are we done now? There's no point in continuing this conversation now, is there? I guess there's no way we can avoid bumping into each other by chance, considering that my company and your cafe are pretty close by to each other. Let's just pretend that we don't know each other if that ever happens, okay? I have no intention of even saying hi to you in the street anymore. Since we've cleanly broken things off, I don't want to feel like I can't take this road to work because it will make things awkward. I just want to carry on with life without having to worry about being considerate of each other. Okay?
That's fine with me. I'm definitely not going to be acting like I know you after this, so don't you worry about that. Now get lost, you loser.
I'm so tired. Why are all women like this these days? Why do they all just want to leech off men and drain them financially? Why would I be the one working hard to feed and clothe them from my salary?
Really? Did your girlfriend say that she wanted that from you?
But doesn't she drive a Benz or something like that? She has a nice car and dresses well. And you said that she seemed like she was from a pretty rich family, right? Well, that's where I was completely deceived. I seriously can't understand women. Education standards are now the same for both genders, and women are always making a huge fuss about gender equality and having a balance in relationships. But then as soon as they get married, they say they want to quit their jobs and stay at home to raise the kids. But they really just end up lazing around and using all their husband's money. I have no idea what's going on in their heads at all.
So did she or did she not say that to you?
She didn't need to say it out loud for me to know that's what she wanted. It was really obvious from her actions. You would have come to the same conclusions if you had seen her mom. The moment I saw her mom show up in a wheelchair wearing shabby clothes, I realized that I needed to get out of that relationship.
But I just don't really understand. The cafe is in a great location with so many office buildings nearby. If her parents really did pay for her to set the cafe up, then they must have quite a lot of money, right?
Well, either she used all of it or she took out a loan. So now she wants to turn to me and eat up all my money as well. Ugh, why is the elevator taking so long to arrive today?
This is why we should have just waited until after work to go for a smoke. Why do we have to go right now? There are so many offices in this building that at certain times of the afternoon it's impossible to get in the elevator.
Anyway, I just wish girls like that would stop being so deceptive and make it more obvious when they just want to live off a guy's back so that we don't waste our time on girls like them.
Oh wow, I thought I could smell some trash that had been left outside for too long. Turns out it was you, huh?
Huh? What on earth are you doing here? You haven't come here to see me, have you? That really is pathetic of you, don't you think? I thought I made myself clear yesterday that you and I are not going to have anything to do with each other anymore. So why have you come crawling over here already? You couldn't even last a day without me, huh? How sad.
What are you even talking about? How do you know whether I came to see you or whether there's someone else I know who works in this building? The world doesn't revolve around you, you know. And is this how you act when you're talking with your friends, huh? Going around talking about people in such a derogatory way like that.
Well, I think anyone would talk like that if they had been betrayed the way I have, don't you? You basically lured me into a scam of a relationship based on false pretenses.
A scam? You're the one who was the scam artist in this relationship, not me.
Oh, the elevator is here. Come on, let's hurry up and get in already. Just ignore her. She might have actually come here to meet someone else, you know. Let's not cause a scene.
Oh, wait a second. I'm so sorry, miss. Are you not getting in the elevator? Let's go up together, shall we? I don't really want to get in right now, to be honest. You've come to have dinner with the president today, haven't you? Should I escort you there myself? Oh, no, it's fine. My dad and I are going to take the car together. If you like, you can get off work early today. I'm sure my dad won't mind, since he and I will be leaving for dinner a little early today. I'll let him know once I get up to his office. Oh, I see. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. It's the least I can do to say thank you for taking such good care of my dad all the time at work.
What's going on here? What are you two talking about? Who have you come here to meet?
Let go of me! I'm already closer than I would like to be to you in this stuffy little elevator. I don't need you touching me on top of everything else. I'm here to meet my dad. What's it to you?
But isn't this lady... Isn't she the president's secretary?
Yes, that's right. My dad is the president of this company. As I said, what's it to you?
What do you mean by that? What are you trying to do here? If that was the case, then why didn't you tell me earlier? How can I only just be finding out like this, huh?
Excuse me. Please don't do this here. If you have something to say to her, you can do it later in private with some decorum. Please don't make a scene here in the elevator.
But it's just... Come on, this is our floor. Let's just get out for now. I'm sorry about him. I hope you have a nice rest of your day. Hurry up and get out already. But I still have so much more to say.
I was really hesitating about coming to meet my dad at work because I was worried about running into him, and in the end, I was met with the worst-case scenario.
Hey, Grace, please. I need to talk to you. Let's go and have a coffee together and talk things through properly. What do you say?
What? What on earth are you doing here? I'm just going back to the cafe briefly because I left something behind there. I don't have time to stop and talk to you because my dad is waiting for me.
It will only take a little while. All I need is 5 minutes of your time. That's all. In fact, even 3 minutes is fine with me. You could spare me at least 3 minutes of your time, right?
It would be a waste for me to give you even 10 seconds of my time. You may not remember everything you said to me, but I sure as hell do remember. What's the point in us wasting each other's time by having a conversation that isn't going to lead anywhere?
Babe, I'm so sorry. I was really wrong to say all the things that I said. I had no idea that your dad was the president of our company. If I had known that, then I wouldn't have done any of this.
And what exactly does my dad being the president of your company have to do with your actions? Huh? Because my dad being the president of your company means that my family are even richer than you first thought, right? Which means that we have more than enough money to take care of my mom's hospital treatment. But if my mom and dad were just regular old parents, you wouldn't want anything to do with us because you wouldn't want to have to deal with the burden of taking responsibility for my mom. Now, isn't that right?
No, of course that's not what I mean. But you have to be honest with me. It is true that you deceived me at the end of the day, isn't it? You hid what your dad's job was from me throughout our entire relationship, didn't you?
I told you though, didn't I? When I revealed too much about my family to my ex, he ended up showing up at our house and stalking me. And besides, when I'm upfront about my family background from the get-go, most men are like you. They're gold-digging losers only interested in me because of my family's money. So I've made it a rule to keep what my dad does for a living a secret from people I date until I'm 100% sure about them.
But you had already accepted my proposal and we were ready to start planning the wedding. Was there really any reason for you to hide it from me to this extent? I could have been different from those other guys, you know? Things would never have ended up like this if you had just been upfront with me in the first place.
Do you really still not realize why I kept that a secret? Hesitated when you proposed to me and decided to have you meet my mom before you met my dad?
How am I supposed to know that? No, I still haven't realized. Please, enlighten me.
Do you think I didn't know that the conversation I overheard in the elevator wasn't the first time you had been talking about me like that to your coworkers?
What are you talking about? Hey, you'll never guess what. I've made up my mind and I'm going to propose to my girlfriend tonight. I bought the ring and everything. I'm finally going to become a married man.
Oh wow, congrats. So are you definitely sure she's the one? Is she the girl of your dreams?
Yes, I'm pretty sure that she is. You know the cafe that's right in front of this building, right?
Oh yeah, of course I know. All the girls who work there are really pretty, aren't they? In fact, they're not just pretty faces. They've got killer bodies as well.
Hey, be careful what you say. The owner of that cafe is my future wife, you know.
Wait, seriously? The owner of that cafe? And which one is she? It seems like everyone who works there is pretty young.
She's the tallest one there with the really long, straight blonde hair. She also has a little beauty mark under her left eye. Surely you've seen her, right?
Oh yeah, I know the one. I actually tried to get her number once, but she rejected me and told me that she had a boyfriend. So, that was you, huh?
Hey, are you out of your mind? How dare you ask my future wife for her number?
Well, of course I had no idea you guys were together at the time. And anyway, she's not your wife yet. Not until you've gotten her to the altar and made sure she said yes. Until that happens, she's fair game. By the way, didn't you say that you didn't really do much digging into her background? You told me before that you would never be stupid enough to get into a serious relationship without doing a thorough background check ever again, didn't you?
I've done my research. Don't worry. She's not like super rich or anything like that, but her parents have enough money to make sure that she's comfortably provided for. I feel like at least one of her parents must be pretty high up in a fairly decent-sized company.
If you're looking to date someone for their money, you could probably aim for a way richer girl considering you're above average good looking and are also a pretty smooth talker. So why have you set your sights so low?
I was thinking about aiming for some kind of super rich heiress, but it's so hard to get anywhere near them because they usually don't want to date outside of their social circle. Most of them wouldn't even look twice at a guy like me once they saw my bank balance and heard that my parents were nobodies. Rather than choosing to go for somebody who was completely out of my league from the get-go, I thought it would be better to aim for someone a little more attainable.
I guess you've given up on the idea of being a member of high society, huh? But I suppose if you're confident in your decision, then she must at least be rich enough.
Well, of course she is. She drives a Mercedes-Benz, and apparently her parents are the ones who paid for her to set up the cafe. So they must have a decent amount of money. And the clothes she wears aren't all designer, but they're all from expensive enough places, and sometimes she does wear the occasional designer thing.
Wow, you really do have a good eye, huh? Did you really manage to pick up on all of those details in the time you've been dating?
Yep, I sure did. You know me. I'm the guy who's only come as far as he has because of luck. I did tell you, right? About how I barely made it into this company. During the interview, the guy next to me completely bombed it, which is probably why I got in. Honestly, I didn't think I'd make it at all.
Oh yes, right. I do remember you saying about that now. But by the way, there are a lot of people these days who like to fake it till they make it. And they're happy to get in debt just so they can have a fancy car. Maybe your girlfriend was only able to buy her a nice car and set up her cafe because she took out a loan or something?
Oh no, that's definitely not the case. I've seen the way she spends money, and I know for sure that she's definitely not in debt. If I were in debt, I for sure wouldn't be spending like she does. Anyway, I'm not a greedy person, you know? I'm now in a place where I'm happy with my career and I'm earning a decent amount, so I don't want a woman to cling to me and drain my money.
You're such a jerk. You only see women as money, don't you?
It's not that I only see women as money. It's that I'm a very wise, smart person. I'm not going to be an idiot who believes that love is all you need to get by. Sentimental people who think like that need a reality check.
Honestly, I can't believe you. Sir!
There's no need to stand on ceremony just because I'm around. You guys are on your break, so please don't let me make you feel uncomfortable. Oh, by the way, you there. What's your name?
Me?
Oh, I'm Jeremy. Jeremy Baker. Jeremy Baker, you say? I see. Well, I won't interrupt you any longer. Keep up the good work.
He really snuck up on us there, huh? Why would he show up here all of a sudden? He doesn't normally ever personally come in here.
I have no idea. I guess he came to survey us or something like that. We had better go back to our desks. We'll get in trouble if we're caught slacking around too much.
You were so talkative a second ago. Why so speechless now, huh? You don't really have anything to say after that, do you? I don't think you even have a leg to stand on after this, do you?
Well, it's just... I suppose I didn't really know how long your dad had been there, and I guess he could have heard everything I said. But I had no idea he was there until the end. And I didn't mean a single word I said. I swear to you. You know what us men are like when we're talking to each other about women. We're full of masculine bravado. I mean, maybe it is a little true that I was looking for a girlfriend based on her economic capabilities, but everything else was just me wanting to look like the big man in front of my friend.
Oh, really? Just because you wanted to look like the big man, huh? It sounded exactly like something that a piece of trash who only cares about people's money would say, though. And that sounds a lot like you. When I told my dad that I had decided to accept your proposal, he was so happy, you know. He knew that you worked in his company, so he went to go and talk to you and find out what kind of person you were. And that was the conversation he ended up hearing. Can you even imagine how upset he must have been to discover that his daughter was being talked about in such a way by the man who had asked for her hand in marriage? Needless to say, he decided he didn't want to talk to you after that.
Well, if he was coming to meet me, he should have said something. Why didn't he let me know in advance?
You know, he was against the idea of you and I dating from the get-go. He didn't like that I was dating someone working for his company. And so that was another reason why I never revealed his true identity to you. However, after he saw that our relationship was actually going pretty well, he changed his opinion and ended up thinking that you must be a pretty decent guy. But you had to go and ruin that with everything you said in front of him that day.
But that really was... It was just a huge mistake. I really was just messing around with my friend. That was all. It's just the kind of thing that guys say to other guys when they're in private. So after you heard that, you then deliberately decided to introduce your mom to me first, I suppose. And I'm also assuming that you deliberately made sure that she wore shabby clothing to see whether I would judge her. Am I right?
That's right. That's exactly what I did. If I was going to confidently introduce you to my dad after that incident, then I needed to make sure you passed the test of meeting my mom and not being prejudiced towards her.
So you're saying that you were sounding me out. That's basically what this was, right? You were testing me.
Yes, that's right. I was testing you. What parent would happily give their blessing for their child's marriage when they heard their future spouse saying such awful things? I think it was only right for me to act the way I did, considering the information I had. At the end of the day, the way that you have decided to judge people isn't based on whether you can trust them or whether you feel affection for them. It's whether they can bring you money. Obviously, someone like that is going to need to pass a test before they can be welcomed into someone's family.
I think you really have gone too far here. Are you happy that you've made someone so miserable? You should have just never revealed the truth to me. Do you like deceiving people and then revealing the truth at the worst possible moment? Do you like seeing me here all upset and defeated? Does it make you happy to see me like that?
Do you really think that any of this would make me happy? And besides, I wasn't planning on revealing any of this to you anyway, remember? I just ran into you by accident on my way to meet my dad. I never meant to speak to you again at all. And also during the few days that you gave me the silent treatment, I was also desperate to just end the whole thing. Did you really think that I was trying to hold on to you because of some kind of lingering feelings?
Do you not love me? Were we not in love with each other?
I thought I was in love with you, but I was clearly in love with a fake version of you. Now that I know what you're really like, I don't have any feelings left for you at all. I've now seen you for exactly who you are, and you've revealed every single one of your ugly true colors. If you're delusional enough to think that I was still trying to cling on to you after everything that happened, then I really am speechless.
Come on, Grace. Can't you just take a second to reconsider our relationship? I really do love you.
Will you just stop talking about love when I know you don't mean it? Get lost, you psycho. Whoever ordered the iced Americano, your order is ready.
Oh, I'll take it over to their table. Hi there. You ordered an iced Americano. Isn't that right?
Yeah, thanks. Isn't this place usually self-service? I didn't think there was any need for you to bring the drink over to me.
Oh, well, I think it's important to make sure every customer feels valued. You see, this is my fiancé's cafe, and I help out every so often. The coffee is really good, right?
Yes, it's great. Thanks for bringing it over. Why is he being like that? It's really overbearing. He's not even a waiter here.
Yeah, he just made me feel a little uncomfortable.
I'm sorry, but we would really appreciate it if you would stop with the table service. If there are customers who continue to want that service later on, then it could put us in a difficult position.
Oh, don't you worry. I'll take care of it from now on, so there will always be someone to offer this service.
What do you think you're doing right now? Why are you acting like this in front of all the customers? Are you seriously planning to keep on embarrassing me and yourself in front of my employees and my customers? And who exactly are you saying is your fiancé? Because you and I were over around 2 months ago when we had that big fight in the street, just out there. Don't you remember? Also, how many weeks has it been now since you've been coming here and harassing me in my place of work? And besides, it's the middle of the morning. Do you not have work?
Well, the thing is that I've decided to make you my #1 priority. So work is taking a backseat so that I can focus fully on you. I want to make as much time as I possibly can to be with you. And nothing is more important to me than our relationship going smoothly. Oh, it looks like the dirty cups and dishes are piling up already. Shall I wash them for you?
Please don't. Please just get out already, okay? Just seeing your face alone bothers me. You don't even need to say or do anything. I am sick to death of you coming here every day to try and butter me up by helping out with the business. You're just getting in the way of things at this point. You don't think this is going to make me start liking you, you know. Instead, it's making me resent you more, and to be honest, it's making me a little scared, because it's like I can't escape from you. You're certainly not the first guy who has broken up with me and then come crawling back to me when he found out who my dad was. But you're the first one who has been this bad.
I'm just showing you how much affection I have for you. That's all. I'm only acting like this because I still have feelings for you and I can't get over you. I don't have any ulterior motives or anything like that. How about we don't do this in here and we step outside to talk properly? There are lots of people around staring at us right now. So why don't we go to the restaurant across the street and get an early lunch?
Do you want to make me throw up? Because that's definitely what's going to happen if I sit opposite you and eat a meal. You must be acting so persistent under the impression that I will change my mind and let you off the hook. Because that's never going to happen. Not in a million years. And you need to wake up to that feeling. The only reason that I'm still even working here at all still is that we haven't been able to hire a new worker yet. Otherwise, I would be out of here. Who wants to see a piece of trash like you on a daily basis?
How about I just fill the position you need? If I'm seen to be helping out at your cafe like this, then surely your parents will give their blessing for our marriage. I'm confident that I can get through to you with my sincerity.
I've seen you at your worst, and I don't think I really need to see any more than that. In fact, is there really any reason for me to see you at all anymore? Also, I know how you were talking about me in the few days after you met my mom. So why on earth would I want to be anywhere near you considering the knowledge I have of you now?
How did you know about that as well? Is there someone you know in my company? Have you been running background checks on me?
Do you not remember that I heard everything you said to your coworker while you were waiting for the elevator that day? Just hearing that conversation was enough. I didn't really need to look into anything else. And why on earth would I even consider marrying someone with those kinds of views about disabled people? I'm an only child, so the likelihood of me having to have my parents come and live with me one day is quite high, you know.
And I told you that I would happily take responsibility for your parents. I would be honored to look after your mom in her old age.
Stop lying through your teeth already and get out! Ugh!
It's really cold. Oh, did you just throw ice water on me?
Yes, I did. And it sure was a very sad waste of water. I just can't listen to you going on and on anymore. Do you think that I could ever forget the change in your expression when you saw my mom? And the way that you would never quite look at her directly? There is no way I would ever want to be with someone shallow like you who judges people by their appearances and how much money you think they might have. Have you not gotten the message yet?
But Grace...
I really can't do this anymore. Look, I'm sorry that I kept things from you and that I put you through a test in order to see whether or not you were marriage material. So I thought that I wouldn't call the police on you, even though your behavior has been seriously overstepping the line. However, I really don't think I can take a single minute more of this. Sorry, would you be able to watch the store a second and make sure that he doesn't cause any further incidents? I'm going to step aside and call the police.
Yes, of course. Now look here, you. Please, can you just stop this already? Our boss has been holding in a lot of pent-up anger, and she's basically a saint for not having reported you to the police yet. She could have called the police on you so many times already, you know, but she decided not to. But because you were someone who was once important to her, she really didn't want to have to get the police involved. You really should have realized that earlier and backed off before things got this far.
Hi, this is the police, right? Hi, yes. So, I would like to report my ex-boyfriend for stalking. Yes, he keeps showing up at the cafe I work at, and he won't leave no matter how hard I try and make him. That would be great. Please do come as quickly as you can.
Did you seriously just call the police on me? Grace, are things between us really just ending like this?
They're not ending. They have already ended. Please, can you stop being so pathetic about this? I'm going to tell you exactly what you said to me before, so you had better listen carefully, okay? I guess there's no way we can avoid bumping into each other by chance, considering that my cafe and your company are pretty close by to each other. Let's just pretend that we don't know each other if that ever happens, okay? I have no intention of even saying hi to you in the street anymore.
But Grace, what's the reason for you continuing to run your cafe here? Is it not because you want to see me? Considering your family's level of wealth, you could probably just live off their money and mess around having fun without having to worry about working or anything like that. So why are you still deliberately coming here and working when you clearly don't have to? Surely there must be some kind of reason, right? Is that reason not me?
No, it is absolutely not. It's not because I want to see you, and it's not because I miss you. It's because we haven't been able to fill the job vacancy yet, and we're short-staffed. And anyway, even though my family are rich and they could just provide me with everything I wanted, I still want to make something of myself in this world and be a functioning member of society. And... oh, you know what? Just forget it. Why do I even need to stand here explaining myself to you like this? Just get out of here already! Oh, great, the police are here. Hi, yes, over here, over here!
Oh, I can't believe this has happened to me. When I could have married into a rich family. Well, that's pretty much how things stand, so you can leave now. You can gather your things together at your desk and leave as soon as you're done. How can you suddenly just fire me out of the blue like this? What have I done wrong? This is clearly an unfair dismissal. This is the president's doing, isn't it? He's just getting rid of me because of a personal vendetta, isn't he? Well, if you have such a bad relationship with him and you think this is his fault, then why don't you go and take it up with him directly, huh? There's no point in yelling at me about this when I'm just relaying what I've been told to do. This is just too unfair. I am not leaving. I'm going to stage a protest outside the office. I'm not going to stop until it's recognized that this dismissal was invalid. But to be honest, looking at your attendance record, it does kind of look like this is a pretty fair dismissal to me. Does this company even have records of something like that? We're not a huge company or anything like that, but we're big enough that I thought that it would kind of go unnoticed. Ah, no, you see, your team leader has been diligently checking your attendance. I have something to do. I need to work outside the office. I'm going to have a cigarette outside. I'm going to buy coffee. These are just a few of the many excuses you use to leave the office during work hours to go and work part-time at a nearby coffee shop. Isn't that right? What? How did you know about that? But anyway, there were actually days when I did need to work outside of the office. Isn't that in itself an admission of the fact that in most cases you didn't in fact have a legitimate excuse to leave the office? Anyway, I think it's time you head out and pack up your things. I don't really have anything left to say to you. I'm not going to just take this lying down, you know. I am going to contest this. I'm not going to let this go. Ugh, I can't believe this. What's going on? Are you packing up your stuff? Yeah. Do you by any chance know who it was who snitched on me and told management that I had been going out to work at Grace's cafe during work hours? The times that I'm there are usually work hours, so everyone else is normally busy. I'm pretty sure you're the only person who ever knew exactly when I was there. Oh, well, that's... Oh, hi there. Congratulations on your promotion, by the way. Oh, thank you very much, sir. I'll definitely try my best in my new role. All the information you gave us was really helpful, you know. Thank you so much for being such a great support to the president. Oh, it was nothing. I'll continue to do my best to help out with whatever you need me for. That's great to hear. Keep up the good work. Wait, what's going on here? It was you, wasn't it? You sold me out! So all this time you were deliberately trying to get closer to me to try and get dirt on me and expose me to the president? How could you do that to me? What are you doing right now? You can't just grab someone in the middle of the office like that. Ugh, let go of me! I just trusted you so much and I thought we were real friends. How could you go and stab me in the back like that? Didn't you say yourself that society is like a battlefield? You and I were pretty much on a level playing field, so I had to do whatever I could to get an advantage and get promoted over you. You're a terrible person. You know that? How about you go over to the cafe you love so much? I think the cafe has a new owner as of yesterday. I thought you might be interested in that little piece of information. What? What are you even saying? Why would the cafe have a new owner all of a sudden? Why do you think? Your ex couldn't stand seeing your ugly mug around anymore, so she even went as far as to move her business away from you. Well, congrats, Jeremy. Now you're officially unemployed. It looks like your luck ends here, kiddo. I can't believe you did this to me. I'm not going to let you get away with this. Just you wait. I'm going to end up in an ever higher position than you and then come back and stamp all over you.
I met my ex-fiancé at the cafe I was running when he approached me and asked for my number one day, saying that he worked at a nearby company and that he had noticed me when coming in to buy his morning coffee. At first, he seemed sweet and charming, and I fell for him quickly. We dated for around 2 years before he proposed to me, and I accepted, albeit hesitantly. I started to doubt his intentions after my father told me what he had overheard him saying about me at work. So as a way to test his character, I decided to introduce him to my disabled mother first to find out whether he really was a genuine person or not. Unfortunately, the worst-case scenario turned out to be true, and I broke off the engagement after realizing that he was the scum of the earth. After we broke up, he came to my cafe basically every single day to bug me about getting back together with him. But not long after I called the police on him, he was fired from his job for various reasons, and I haven't heard any news of him since then. Following the breakup, I decided to take some time out of my career to travel and see the world a little more, and I was able to have a lot of eye-opening, life-changing experiences. I also learned about different coffee-making techniques all across the world, and I feel like I was able to become an even better version of myself. I was able to completely move on and meet someone new, and I am enjoying having a healthy relationship in which we're upfront with each other about everything. I hope that you all are able to find happiness just as I have. This is the end of the story. Thank you for listening and thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more content. See you next time!